Hey everybody, the Johnny Cage here, welcoming you back for more Let's Play the Simpsons arcade game. We're getting right into it. We're beating up Mark Summers, no matter what kind of clothes he's wearing. I don't care, I'll take him out whether he's wearing his blue suit, whether he's wearing his green suit, whether I'm fighting old fat guys. It doesn't matter, because Marge has a vacuum cleaner and she's cleaning up. Anyhow, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing just great. I figure, you know, since this is a pretty easy game and it's just, you know, an arcade beat 'em up, I'm gonna put these out simultaneously with my Lufia videos. You know, give them both some extra help with getting them out there, letting you people see some really cool games. Especially because this is probably the last time for a while you'll be seeing me play 3 games at once. So, you know, let's just give you 2 of them at the same time. Why not? My small pre-holiday gift to you guys. But anyhow, so here we are in Moe's Tavern, which is exceptionally larger than the Moe's Tavern I'm familiar with from the TV show. But you know, that's good. It shows that Moe's has really been profiting in this poor economy, and I'm glad to see it. I fully support alcoholism in this economy. It's rough out there. It's very rough indeed. Get the slingshot again. Slingshot is an awesome weapon. Unfortunately, here I got really low health, and oh my gosh, I have totally just hit the Windows button. Alright, things are back to normal. Alright. Sorry about that. Everyone got a brief look at my desktop there. I'm sure it was just what everyone wanted to see. But it happens. In fact, the controls for this are literally the control button is the attack and the alt is the jump, which is actually part of the reason why I don't jump very much, because it's right next to the Windows key in the middle, and that can really screw you up. And for the love of God, please, I hope I don't hit the escape button, because that completely ends the entire game if you hit the escape button. And I really never figured out a very easy setup for the controls, how to switch them around. I probably should just look further, but I don't have a ton of arcade games anyway. I think I only have like 5 or 6. But I've got some of the better ones, which is, you know, can't complain. So here's your boss of Moe's Tavern, who's really an exceptionally easy guy. I don't know who he is again. This is one of those bosses where, I don't know, it seems like those twins, the big guy and the little guy, they were in the first level too. They might have been in an earlier season of Simpsons and I just don't know about him. But this guy just looks like a classic, much larger than the average person drunk here. So we'll take him out with actually little problem. But anyhow, so guys, a couple days ago was Pat the NES punk did a marathon for charity, and man, that was awesome. If I would have known it would have been as awesome as it was going to be. Well, it was for charity anyways, and he was playing like 100 NES video games. I knew that beforehand. I was trying to, you know, posted a bulletin about it. I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos. But man, it was so cool to see. He went for, I think, like 27 hours straight. Ooh, it's a bear! He went for about 27 hours straight playing just NES games, like crazy. I mean, that was pretty intense, because he has every game ever made for the NES except for stadium events. That includes the gold and gray World Championships cards, which was awesome because he did that as a finale at the end. Him and the other guy he was with, his buddy Ian, who works at a video game store nearby, they actually set it up where they had 2 TVs and they were playing head-to-head Nintendo World Championships, which is something that probably hasn't really been redone since when it took place in 1990. So it was so awesome to see that actually being held the way it's supposed to be. I mean, the gold card of that, both of those are extremely rare. The gold card can go for like $10,000. So just to see that there and have that was totally worth it. And they raised over $15,000, which was really cool. And they had a lot of really awesome people in the chat room too. A lot of the big names of the gaming community were there. Rue from the Clan of the Grey Wolf, who does 16-Bit Gems, which is an awesome show on RetroWare TV. You should check out, especially if you want to know more about the history of video games. That's he was in the chat room for a good portion of the marathon. Same with Juwario was there, who was an awesome guy from Blistered Thumbs, and that guy with the glasses and Nostalgia Critic, all that. He was in there. He's big on import games, and he was in there for a while talking to people. Billy from the Game Chasers was there. Their show, you know, they're kind of really up and comers. They have great production value, and they go around Texas searching out rare retro games, and they found some really good ones. They found just like randomly for $5, they found Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, is it? Oh gosh, I can never remember. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. There are a few Flintstones games, but anyhow, yeah, they found that game for like $5, and that's like a $400 game. It's one of the more rare Nintendo games out there, but they have a really great show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So that was so much fun, just to be able to sit in there and chat with a bunch of these internet celebrities while this crazy marathon was going on. Check it out next year, you know, if you want to, because it was really fun, and I was in there. I was talking to some people for a little bit, not that I'm any kind of internet celebrity at all, but definitely I was in there, you know, getting some really good ideas more than anything for games for the NES I want to add to my collection. So check it out next year if you get a chance. Check out some of those guys that I mentioned, because they're really cool. Really awesome shows that they do. But anyway, here we are. I said this bear would come back, and here he is fighting him here. He's probably one of the harder bosses. Well, maybe not, but these rocks certainly don't help much. And there he goes. He goes down, and he turns into an old fat guy. Of course. That just makes perfect sense to me. So we're all happy because we won, and we completed our first fight. We're trying to save Maggie. In fact, we forget that so much that we don't even care about our own lives, and we just run over this waterfall. Smithers and his Krusty the Clown helicopter. I don't really understand that, but anyhow, tie in the show as much as you can, I suppose. So we fall off this waterfall, and we fall into a deep, deep coma. Such a deep coma that we enter the Dreamland, and this is probably the hardest stage, and probably the hardest boss in the game. I don't know. I mean, the last boss is definitely tough, but I don't know. The combination of the stage and boss makes this a really tough level. You got these little donut guys. They're really no problem. I haven't seen much of the new Simpsons. I stopped watching the Simpsons around, like, I don't know, season 11 or so. And I might be off with that because I don't know the seasons that well. We have a show that's been running that long. It's really hard to say what season they're at. Oh, we got some Marge heads here beating me down. Oh, and you got these saxophones. This is another bad part about this level, is that it's the only level where there are enemies that you have to take out with a flying attack. So it's kind of a nuisance because you have to be on the same plane as them, so you have to be looking at the shadows. And I mean, it's the same kind of issue I was having with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially when I was facing Krang in that game. But anyhow, yeah, I haven't watched The Simpsons in a while. I haven't seen any of the new stuff, that's for sure. I've actually seen every episode of South Park, though, strangely enough. That's what I did in college. Like, for like a week or two, I would just come back from class and I would watch like every episode that I hadn't seen. And I pretty much ended up watching every episode a couple of times over because I had seen so many of them already previously. But I love South Park. South Park is a show that's gotten so much better in time. You know, it's not just like little childish jokes. It's such a play on pop culture, which, you know, is kind of bad in the same sense that it won't be that relevant later on. But it will still be somewhat relevant, and they bring up some really good points, and they have a really great political and social satire in that show, and I really like it a lot. I hope they keep on going with that one, even though I've heard some rumors that they're gonna cancel it pretty soon. Well, not cancel it, but they're gonna just call it quits. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I heard that this season was the last one, but I haven't heard anything official on that, so we'll see. But anyhow, damn these little Bart Devils. Those guys are even worse than those saxophones. Man, they're really troubling. And here we go. Here's a pretty hard boss, the bowling ball. And you can actually get in a lot of hits on him when he gives you the opportunity to. And you think you're doing a lot of damage, but this guy just keeps taking hits and hits and hits. And he's actually got different forms to him, which is something that you don't see other than the final boss of the game having. But so you get him all like, woo, and then he grows his arms and he starts jumping around. And this is actually probably the hardest version of him because he does have the tendency to hit you quite a bit, and it's kind of hard to hit him because he keeps on jumping and he jumps pretty far distances. So just kind of a nuisance, really. But this game is definitely at this point becoming the quarter eater that it is. I mean, some games like X-Men is a quarter eater game for sure, but I don't think it's that bad as far as like you run into bosses that just beat the hell out of you and there's no strategy other than like get up in their face and punch them. In X-Men you can, you have the specials obviously, those take them out pretty quickly, and bosses that is. But here it's just there is no strategy to these bosses. Just get up, hit them as many times as you can, hope that they don't hit you. Here's the second form. Now he grows legs. This is pretty easy, although we just shoot homing bowling pins at you, which is just, great. But at least it plays off the whole fact that he's a bowling ball that I'm fighting. That's pretty cool, right? Oh man, yeah. But anyways, so we're about to take him out here. Oh no, well, by take him out I mean get him down to his third form. Look at this, I'm just pounding away on him like crazy. This is how much power this guy has. So there's his third form. He's got the he's got well, he's got a bad sort of I don't know, thing that he hits you in the face with, I guess. It's got a lot of reach to it, and it's all wobbly, and probably could be a sexual innuendo, but bam, look at that, he was so close to dead, barely got to use his third form. That's just great how convenient that the movie he does when he dies actually ends up hurting you. That's just, you know, that's a slap to the face right there. But anyhow, we're starting to wake up from our crazy dream where we fought bowling balls and saxophones and donuts. Whoa, whoa. And then we get to play the really fun minigame, which is very similar to the blowing up the balloon minigame that you did after the first level, where you get to slap them. Oh, slap them good. Same style, just the first person to wake up technically wins. I love how this went. How quickly I won, and then Homer didn't wake up at all. His eyes opened for a second, but then they closed right again. That was great. Anyhow, I'm out of time, guys. This has been the Johnny Cage. Next time we have the last part of The Simpsons for you. Check out Lufia if you haven't. It's a really fun RPG. Subscribe, like, comment as well, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.